Hey there, friends. Good morning to ya. My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode 31 of Let Semi Blindly Play Through Eternal Eyes on the PlayStation 1. In our last episode, we parted ways in a somewhat flustered state as I was uncertain as to where we needed to go in order to actually progress the story because nothing new populated on the map. Well, friends, it took all of 5 seconds for me to fucking just go to the last place on the map that I didn't even fucking try. I don't know why I didn't just go to every single one of those little orbs that's on the little mini map, but I didn't. So I'm sure you can already guess, oh yeah, Rabbit, we know where it is that we needed to be, because I genuinely went everywhere except for here, and as soon as I did, it kind of got the ball rolling. So fortunately, I had saved right after we parted ways at the end of episode 30, albeit I was immensely flustered at that point in time. But I was still smart enough to know I should save because in case I found what I needed to start the sequence of events for the next set of dungeon crawling, or I guess maybe I should say dungeon crawling adventures, and that is absolutely in air quotes because I would hardly call this an adventure. Anyway, I digress. So yes, the Hall of Dolls is where we need to go. I had just saved before I talked to every single person in Gross Kingdom. It took way too fucking long. But then when I was done kind of exploring that, I just figured, all right, I'm going to start at every single place and just randomly tap into the various levels of the floors within each place. And then I went to the Hall of Dolls first, and fortunately, that was where I needed to go. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys are brought back and you were able to see everything. I didn't want to just cut the camera while everything was going down, so you guys are getting to see everything fresh and new. Y'all, that was rough. I can't believe it didn't tell us where to go. But again, I guess you could argue, like Rabbit, there were only so many places, and even if it took you 30 minutes to talk to everyone in the 2 towns, you should have eventually found that this is where you needed to go to get the ball rolling. So, let's dive right in with Luke saying, "What happened here, Butler?" "Sir Luke, how nice to see you here. Is he in pieces? Pardon me for the state I'm in." "What happened?" "Vorlis and his follower Ceris suddenly stormed in. Vorlis left soon after, but Ceris should still be on the top floor of the tower." "Thank you. We have something to see them about." "Sir Luke, please be careful." Is he dead? Are we really just going to leave this puppet like this? He is just in pieces on the floor. All right, well, there you go. So much for a little cutscene and opening there. I know, guys, this is so janky. I was wanting us to end in our last episode, like this recording session. We're at the start of a new chapter, chapter 7. It's like something about a mysterious dance, or I don't know, the most random title for a chapter that I think we've seen. But, you know, just to humor the game, we'll go ahead and get like a nice little teaser. We'll enter the first floor. Hopefully it won't take too long, and then we will call it quitsies. And when we come back in like a week or two after I have gotten some more of my other series recorded and kind of rolling out, we'll just, as usual, hit the ground running and we'll start off on floor number 2 or the second floor. That's kind of my plan. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if these kind of just fly by, but I don't want to go through like 6 more layers of a dungeon here. But you know what? We'll just play it by ear. Let's see how we feel at the end of this episode. I mean, that's usually the gauge I use moving forward anyway. This, quite different from the previous. Is this all because of Ceris? Anyway, we must return the regalia of knowledge as soon as possible. Let's hurry. So yes, I guess to give you guys a proper recap, we learned that the actual princess is, I guess, a sleeper angel, and she's the one who will be the source of the blood that we need to combine with the rod in order to save Elena. But she can't turn into an angel, or has no idea how to turn into an angel without the regalia of knowledge, which was stolen by Vorlis and presumably is within Ceris's hands. So that is why we're here. But anyway, this is a very peculiar looking puppet. Its name is Elekina, and it's got flashbolts. Not too big of a deal. And Nebulator, we've not seen that, causes a huge curtain of darkness. A large amount of damage results. We're starting to get our asses kicked by the spells in this, so I need to be really careful. And then here's a recolor of the purple bat that we saw earlier. This one is named Warbat, and it has Temp as well as Tempera. Not too scared of that. And then, okay, this definitely looks like, what is that? It's not Golbat, is it? Volbat or Golbat from Pokemon? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This looks almost exactly like one of those Gen 1 bat Pokemon. That is crazy. Its name is Boltet, and it's got Flash Bolt and Flasher Bolt, which causes more than one lightning flash and a large amount of damage results. Okay, we're not playing games with these monsters. I am not trying to get my ass kicked here. Not today, Satan. I don't think so. I think I'm going to do what I have done in the past. You guys, I just get really wary when I'm not sure what I'm walking into. So I think we'll leave it kind of like this. I'm going to send Olivier over here. Maybe he can take out some people on his own. I'm hoping just to keep him out of harm's way with all of the... I'll just look at that, though. He already killed someone. So I would consider that a successful turn. But fuck, I don't like it when they get levels when they're already full HP. It triggers me. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So what I will do, though, is I'm going to throw these folks right behind Luke. And hopefully the monsters will get a little antsy and kind of come forward, and I can drop it on them and make them suffer. We'll just do wait. Oh, except I can't reach, and I think that's a 4 grade. So it is what it is. Looks like we're going to lose a turn for Zosha. But not the end of the world, because we do have Laferne here, and I think I can get something off. We'll just use Ripple. Oh, no, we won't, I suppose. We will use Kamal. And I guess now to actually finish the story that I was starting to share with you all about media consumption, and I've been trying to show Andrew just little things from my childhood that I really enjoyed, or I guess maybe mid-adolescence, there are some things that I really got into that I thought he would appreciate. So one of them being some anime that I really enjoy and that I think are amazing, even if they are slower paced. I think that the stories are really well done. I'm also not the kind of person that loves very fan servicey anime, and I'm not that into like shonen. Some of them are okay. Like I enjoyed the first season of the 7 Deadly Sins okay. I wouldn't say it was my favorite series, and I'm not interested enough to watch season 2. And that's a newer one that came out a couple years ago. But that style just doesn't really do it for me. I'm not anti-fan service, and I'm not like really into censoring media just for the sake of doing it. But I just don't enjoy fan service a lot. Like when it's excessive and it's over the top, it just, I don't know. I just am not a fan personally. It's just not my idea of a good time. And no! Chihuahua! Oh no! Well, it was bound to happen, you guys. Look at this. Well, we had our first rodeo with one of my puppets getting its ass kicked. But it's okay. Honestly, I wasn't super in love. So we'll just make the most out of it. And I don't have any orbs to even throw at... to throw at Zosha now. I wonder, out of curiosity, if Luke had one, could he just use it here? It's very possible. I don't know if it would be the case, but I wonder if he could throw one here and then it would turn into something. But it's going to be level 1. Ooh, see, I don't like the sound of that. But, you know... At the end of the day, this does mean that we can go ahead and bring Haresh back when we get the ball rolling again. We'll see how it plays out. But it does make me feel bad. I know these puppets can't feel anything, but at the same time, in my heart, I do feel a little twinge of guilt there. No matter what I do, I'm only going to be hitting... That sucks. I'm only going to be able to hit 3. If I could even move up, like if someone was right here, I would hit all of them. Oh, that's a little obnoxious, but it's okay. I think we need to be concerned about the bats, but whatever. So getting back to what I was saying, I'm going to move Laferne out of the fucking way so she does not die. She might get a level from this, and then I'm not, that worried about it after all. Oh God, my poor puppet. This was not how this was supposed to go down, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So I don't really love shonen, although I've watched a few of them and I've enjoyed them for what they are. I like I said, very narrative-driven media, whether it is an anime or it is a video game or books or whatever, some television shows and some movies I have enjoyed in the past. So for anime, I don't mind ones that are slower paced as long as the story is meaningful or it's creative or it has a lot of interesting symbolism. I can get into it and it doesn't bother me if it takes several episodes for the action to really go down. I mean, what fan of Dragon Ball Z can say that they're not okay with things being slower paced? Because I think those Dragon Ball shows. I think Dragon Ball Z was the worst offender, though. I don't remember Dragon Ball being as bad. But then again, I didn't watch Dragon Ball as much. I think I've seen like a couple of episodes, so, I know the premise of the show. But Dragon Ball Z is the one that I was just really into. I would say I was maybe low-key obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, like any normal child. I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's incredible. Or I'm a nut for loving it as much as I do, which is also very possible. But anyway, so one show that I just adored and I thought Andrew would like a little bit more was Full Metal Alchemist. And I had talked about this, like I said, either maybe it was early in this series, but I think it was more than likely it was in a different playthrough. But I tried introducing Andrew to the idea of it first. I kind of talking to him about it because we've had some hits and some misses where I've shown him some shows and he ended up loving them. So another newer show that it debuted the same year that the Seven Deadly Sins did. It was called Yona of the Dawn, which is one of my favorites. I think that the later episodes weren't as well done as the beginning episodes, and the manga is amazing. And I know some people didn't like it because it was slower, and it was, again, I think more methodical and intentional, and it wasn't just riddled with fan service. So I think a lot of people just don't get into those types of shows, or it's not what's going to be as popular here in the West. What statue of Evil D? Evil Duh, maybe? I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, so Akatsuki no Yona, or Yona of the Dawn, I thought was so beautiful, and I loved the show, and I thought Andrew was going to absolutely love it, and I was correct with that. But then there were some other shows that I tried to introduce him to, one being Revolutionary Girl Utena, and I thought he was going to shit himself and think that it was great. That is another one of my favorite shows, you guys. I love Revolutionary Girl Utena, and I know it's like kind of weird because it is, again, very slow and it's a very dated show, but it's interesting to me that people still obsess over Sailor Moon when the production value of the original one was actually very bad. And it's weird to me, and I almost feel like it's just for the sake of nostalgia or because you're supposed to like Sailor Moon that some people like it as much as they do, because the anime was not that good. And I know they recently redid it so that it does follow the manga, and a lot of the more purist types, they are enjoying that more than they did the original. But I always have to give people a side eye when they're like, I love Sailor Moon. It's like, do you actually love it, or it was an important part of your childhood and you just think it's great? Because I like Dragon Ball Z, but everyone roasts it for how random and ridiculous it is. But I don't feel like Sailor Moon really gets discussed that same way. But I'm not anywhere near the same level as most otakus, so I'm not prepared to argue with anybody about Sailor Moon versus Dragon Ball Z and its reception here. I really don't care that much. This is more of just, I guess, my anecdotal evidence and my anecdotal experience discussing these types of shows with people. But with that being said, I think it's so perplexing that people are so obsessed with Sailor Moon, which is as slow-paced and I think more ridiculous than Revolutionary Girl Utena. The difference is, I think Sailor Moon, it catered to a different type of audience, and I think it just had a lot going on. Oh, Sasha's still level 36. Maybe I'm full of shit. Can I bring her back? Hold on, y'all. We're going to try Green Wisdom. Creates Pappets. Okay. Oh, God. I don't know what she's going to become, though. That's what I'm really concerned about. Do we want to do White Beast or White Power? Let's just do White Power just for the lulz. I don't know what this became. Yup. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I don't think so. We're going to have to pause on this Sailor Moon talk versus Utena talk because I cannot Ooh, blue holy or blue wisdom? Oh my god, which one do we want? Blue holy or blue wisdom? Let's try blue wisdom and pray this turns into something death bat. Well, that's not that bad, but it's not really what oh my god, you guys. Well, the good thing is you don't lose the levels, which was my primary concern. But now it's like we've got something I'm not that fond of. It is what it is. Whatever. I'll just throw some random shit at Zosha and we'll see what it turns into, if anything. Oh my goodness gracious! Exeon. Well, that's actually not bad. This is wild, you guys. I'm so upset. I lost Fuwawa for this. This is not cool. But it's okay. It's all good. So it's a level 2 form though. But to be fair, so is Olivier, and he still does a lot. So I'm just gonna have to... I'm not going to redo that just for the sake of getting more orbs. We'll just leave it at that. So anyway, I showed Andrew Revolutionary Girl Utena, and he was not a fan, to say the least. I don't think that he hated it, but, you know, his criticisms were kind of what I've heard from other people about it, that they just think it's so slow. Didn't I get a necklace? I did. And it doesn't do a whole lot of avoidance / evasion goes up. But I think what I had before, let's just look at the base stats here. HP is okay. MP is okay, physical attack, magic attack. So again, we're looking at someone that is more proficient in magic. I don't mind avoidance dropping, but I'm not sure the defense. I think physical defense and getting that avoidance up is good. So we'll put the tortoise shell back on Zosha. I think that's what she had before. But I think I need something that's going to help a little bit more with... The necklace, you know, it gives a lot of avoidance. The bear suit. It brings up HP, and look at that. Defense goes up a lot, y'all. A whole fucking lot. I don't really think that Zosha will be up in the fray anyway, but there's not... Aside from, I guess, just using the perfume... We could use the perfume or the necklace. The nice thing about the perfume is it brings up magic defense, which is more than likely what's going to be fucking her up. Let me see. Let me just compare the bow tie here. Oh, the bow tie is a much better... What was I thinking? I need to just get rid of this perfume because I keep forgetting what is like a lower grade version of what. So anyway, Andrew didn't love Revolutionary Girl Utena, which made me shed a tear, and an angel lost its wings. However, I did think he was going to like Full Metal Alchemist, and it seems so far he's getting into it, which makes me really happy. I think we've watched like the first 6 or 7 episodes together, and he did not like the introduction. So at first I was kind of sweating it, and I was like, come on, Andrew, like, why don't you like this? This is your style of show for sure. But it picked up, I think, once it started telling you the backstory of Ed and Al and kind of what they went through. Oh my god, Zosha has no spells. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna have to redo an area to get more jewels because this is out of control. I mean, this is a good spell. Look at that, a large amount of damage, but 3 spells, that's it? I can't handle this, you guys. So I will take care of this off camera, and I guess we'll just call it quitsies. I want this to be the end of the recording session, but this is such a weird place to stop. I feel uncomfortable leaving it like this, but I guess it is what it is. So when I see you guys in a week or 2 after we've had some more Paladin's Quest roll out, Zosha might be a different form. I'm going to redo floor 1, maybe 2 more times just to get a good little pot of jewels. And I'm going to try to get Olivier up as well. I may or may not write down what I do. We'll see. Or maybe I'll save the jewels and then we'll just do it together. Y'all already know. I'll catch you up to speed once we do come back. And I guess at that point, I can talk to you guys more about media then, right? But really, to wrap up the meat and potatoes of the story is that Andrew is actually enjoying Full Metal Alchemist. We're watching the 2003 version because that is the one that I enjoyed from my youth. I know some people are like all pro Brotherhood, whereas some are, again, just they love that nostalgia factor of what they originally watched from their childhood. I don't really care one way or the other. I just thought I would show him the 2003 one because that's the one I watched. And then maybe if he likes it enough in like a year or two, we'll go back and we'll watch Brotherhood together, blindly together. So we'll see what ends up happening, and I will keep you guys updated on that. But I just thought I would share that I'm not a total failure, and I have found some things that he liked, even though I have found some things that he doesn't like. So if you have any anime suggestions that you think Andrew would enjoy, again, I prefer non-shonen anime, although I can enjoy some of them. I think I just like ones that tell a good story and they're not just dripping in fan service. If it has a lot of action and there's a little bit of fan service, I can deal with it. But like Seven Deadly Sins was too over the top for me, personally. But it was still a good story. So, like I said, I got through the first season, would probably not watch the second one, or at least not anytime soon, even though it's been a few years. I would love it if shows like Yona of the Dawn became more popular, because I really enjoy just how they tell the stories and in general how the characters grow. It just seems so much more meaningful, and it just, I don't know, just touches me more, and I feel more captivated by the plot when I care about the characters and it's not so distracting with, I think, childish humor and subdued adult humor, which is like a weird way of describing it, I guess. But y'all know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean. But that's it, y'all. Enough of my ramblings. Just thought I would wrap up the story so I'm not splitting stories up over weeks. So again, if you have any anime suggestions for Andrew, I would love to hear them. Again, he wasn't a fan of Utena, but he likes-ish Full Metal Alchemist. He doesn't like Dragon Ball Z, but he enjoyed Yona of the Dawn as well. So it's kind of weird. I don't know what his style or his tastes are, but if you have any ideas, throw them my way, because I'm trying to get him into some more shows. But with all that being said and done, darlings, I already told you what I will be taking care of on my own off camera. So when I see you guys in a few weeks, I hopefully will have some more spells on Zosha at the very least, but maybe she'll also have a different form. I also could just reload and redo that first fight on my own and then just still keep the Fuwawa. I don't really care enough, I think, to do that, but we'll just see what ends up happening. But until then, my friends, you guys already know, I am your host, Rabbit. This is my semi-blind run through Eternal Eyes on the PlayStation 1. Thanks so much for joining me for another batch of episodes. I think we've gotten 13 recorded today. So yeah, just thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch me. It really means a lot to me. I very much appreciate and enjoy reading your comments and just hearing your thoughts on this game or, stupid shit that I'm talking about. Just, it's such an honor to interact with you guys in this way, and I hope that I'm able to give you guys back even just a sliver of the joy that I gain from recording these videos for you and from interacting with you. But enough ushy-gushiness. Again, take care, everyone. Be good, and I, your host Rabbit, will see you in a week or two once our other series has finished rolling out. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, and have a great day.